We will now solder. Once I have soldered the wires, I like to pull some tension on them and tape them to the frame of the speaker with masking tape. The tension seems to help in gluing and holding everything in place till the glue dries. You can clip any excess wire, however, make sure it don't fall in the voice coil gap. Sometimes these wires won't want to lay flat. I have found that by placing a screwdriver on them and a drop of quick drying super glue, I am able to get the job done. We will now coat the wires with the glue and the red color dispensers. Allow a couple of hours for this glue to dry. We will now place the dust cap on the cone, lining it back up with the white lines we drew. Once we have it lined up, you need to place a weight. Anything will work as long as it's not too heavy. This will help hold the dust cap in place while we add the main adhesive. I am using the same super glue. Once again, we will be using the red dispenser. It helps to hold the bottle at an angle and rotate the speaker away from the adhesive bottle. We are now ready to solder the wires to the terminals. Sometimes these tensile wires will touch, or the wires on the voice coil will touch, and they will sound like the speaker is tore up or the voice coil is rubbing. I am going to try and simulate that sound here. This sound can fool you and make you think the speaker is bad when it's not. Also, make sure you have a little bit of play in these wires so the speaker can move freely back and forth. I am going to apply some adhesive to the back side of the cone where the tensile wires come out. We are now ready to add the dampening compound to the surround edge of the speaker. This is a flex air surround found on more expensive type speakers. The dampening compound helps keep the speaker from making damaging excursions while producing lower frequencies. The cheaper paper edge speakers may or may not get dampening compound. The technique we have just done will cover most speakers that are glued from the front. You may want to apply more compound as it soaks in. We are now ready for technique 2. In preparing this speaker for reconing, we use the same steps we used in technique 1 up to the part where we check the voice coil clearance with our shim. From there on out it's different. This technique is used for speakers that are glued from the back. The spider is glued to the cone and the cone is glued to the voice coil. Let's take a close look at this assembly. Notice the spider is glued to the cone and the cone is glued to the voice coil and the adhesive is added to the back. We will now fit the spider on this cone. The object is to fit the spider in a way without using any adhesives at this point, so it will stay in place while we check to see how the cone assembly fits to the voice coil and the frame. Notice the spider stays in place without adhesives. We will now check to see if the parts will fit properly, making sure the spider as well as the cone are seated correctly. Notice the spider is seating fine. We have not added any adhesives at this point. Once satisfied, we will remove the cone assembly again. Notice we did not remove the voice coil or the shim. You can see that the spider is attached to the cone. We will now apply some quick drying super glue to the spider and cone at 3 different spots. This will help hold things together until we are ready to permanently glue the assembly. We will now set the cone assembly back on the frame. Once again, we will add super glue, this time to the cone and to the voice coil. When the glue has dried, we will remove the assembly including voice coil and shim stock. We are now ready to glue. Cone has a dampening compound already